So I don't know how to start this video, so that's the plan.
Welcome to us.
I'm a baddie, but the baddie, pretty little baddie.
Mega Knight in mid ladder, you're such a loser.
If you can.
Oh, by the way, hey.
Yeah?
I remember you saying you wanted to work on a video. How's that going? The one where I tried to be a 4-digit in Osu catch, but I got bored after 30 minutes? You're a 6-digit in Osu and that was your focus? I'm not talking about that anyways. I'm talking about the other one. Are you talking about the covers?
I better sound like Cardi. If I don't, I'm gonna kill myself.
You get cringier every day. And no, not that one. Even then, I think it was just something NBA and K-pop related. Oh, you must be talking about my K-pop to NBA players comparison. Honestly, I didn't want to continue that because it's too much work. Plus, I wanted to do it a month ago when I went to the concert in Oakland. Oh well. But as an NBA fan, it would be really cool to see my GOATs get compared together. Only if I have a reason to do the video.
Why are they crashing on the background?
Well, you could put that video idea to use now. I guess you got a point. I mean, how else am I gonna appease my 20 subscribers? Also, I didn't know you were a fan of Twice. Since when? Are you stupid? I went to the concert with you. Yeah, and I'm talking to myself for a video, right? Right?
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
What's up, chuds? I know you clicked on this video to look at a comparison between Twice and NBA players, and with my insane ball knowledge, I'm about to generate, hold up, a god-awful video for you. You might be asking, why Twice, even though they've been around for like 10 years? I don't know, I just like them. Why not a group that I've known for a while? Anyways, let's get to our first comparison. You see what I did there? I'd say this comparison is pretty straightforward. I mean, they're both the face of their groups. If you think about the Warriors, Curry's the first person that comes in mind. You think about Twice, you don't know them that well, you'd probably think of Nayeon. I can also argue that Nayeon's solo album debut is equal to Curry's 2022 Finals MVP, because that's when they both proved that they could do stuff themselves. Also, something else I can add, Curry's wait, let me search it up, 37 years old as of this recording, and Nayeon just turned 30. Pretty old for a K-pop idol. So they're both able to perform elite at an old age. Insert picture of Drew Holiday. I don't have his jersey. No, I'd say they're both underrated, but when she left and took a hiatus in I think 2022, I don't know, I wasn't around that era. I remember seeing a lot online of people noticing her departure. The same with Drew Holiday, because when he left, the Bucks struggled. I mean, Drew Holiday, he's not really a flashy player, he's more on team success, and I'd argue Jonghyun has the same effect. There are many interviews showing Jonghyun is sort of this mother figure to the other members of the group. The comparison with Drew Holiday, he enacts a leader role because he can easily get the respect of people in his teams. For one, the Celtics were really pleased to have him to bring some leadership because Drew Holiday's 35 and they got a ring out of it. I guess they both have some internal leadership to their team. You see, I was gonna show my 2K19 disc. I got the special edition 6 years back because I did a bunch of chores for a month. This comparison was actually the main reason I even wanted to make this video. Well, before it was a school assignment. But it's basically because I see so many parallels between Momo and Giannis. For one, Momo was the last pick for Twice, and for Giannis, he was the 15th pick, so he was right outside the lottery. Plus, no one really knew anything about him except for his upside. Also, both of them proved their value, because I see a lot of reports calling Momo one of the greatest dancers in K-pop history, and Giannis is probably the best driver in NBA history of today. Actually, I'd argue NBA history. Come on, look at how he plays. And this is coming from nothing because they both kind of had low expectations. Finally, during their career, they were honestly made fun of for some skills they were lacking. I think during one of the albums, Momo was criticized for not having vocal stability and not being able to hit high notes, even though she's not a singer. And Giannis was criticized for his jump shot, especially his free throw. That's because he takes an eternity to actually shoot one. But no disrespect to any of them, because Momo's center for dances and the Bucks playstyle centers around Giannis. I don't think there's much more I need to say about this. Just know that I was initially going to compare Sana to Kat for these images above, but I changed my mind because the only thing those two had in common was zest. Now, Sana has a lot of iconic moments in Twice. For instance, when she said the line, For that, they actually changed the choreography around that part of the line. In addition, she's the reason that one of my favorite songs from their discography was released. You could see in these reports, which comes in clutch, I guess. And this is a direct parallel to Kyrie, because Kyrie's game winner in Game 7 in the 2016 finals, well, that still kind of hurts as a Warriors fan. But yeah, that was a pretty clutch moment from him. Also, even though a lot of NBA players have memes, the one I use a lot is this one from Kyrie. That's my profile picture on my Instagram account, so there's that. Now, just like the Jonghyun and Drew Holiday comparison, both of them aren't even the centers of their teams. I guess disregarding Kyrie's Celtics stint, but Tatum quickly took over. The difference is that they actually still get noticed, even though they're not like leads. I read on a forum that Sana is like regarded as a bias breaker, meaning that people reconsider who their favorite is. Kind of crazy. And Kyrie, he's probably never going to be the best player on a team, but you cannot disregard how he plays because it is honestly a pretty fire style. Also, you could argue that their successes are fully team successes. Like for one, Kyrie doesn't really have any NBA awards aside from like all-star selections, and I guess did he have Rookie of the Year? I think he won Rookie of the Year. And Sana, she doesn't have any solo awards from what I know. Maybe she won some from Misamo, but that was also just her showing her talents more, which is direct comparison to Kyrie being in the Celtics. Kyrie was the glue that kept the Cavs together, because after him, everyone knew they weren't winning a ring. Come on, LeBron and Kyle Korver, is that some super duo to you? 38-year-old Kyle Korver. Also, Sana's Shy did save JYP. Yeah, next one. Yeah, I don't have a picture of LaMelo either. Wait, hold on, I could compensate. You can tell that's him, right? Now, one thing they have in common, they had a digital footprint before debut. For one, Dahyun made that one eagle dance, which you've definitely seen it. And LaMelo was basically known throughout his whole high school career, especially with that 94-point game from Chino Hills. I remember watching that. Not live, obviously. Dahyun's probably the goofiest member in the group because I don't think she takes things seriously. And LaMelo, well, he has his moments. Also, I guess they're both predictable. Like, LaMelo's playstyle is probably something you wouldn't see from any other player. And Dahyun would spot your camera from, like, a distance away.
You looking at me?
Overall, because of how they act and because of their digital footprint, this makes them an easy fan favorite. So they have that. Insert picture of Jimmy Butler. Technically, Jihyo was the last pick for the Twice lineup because it was supposed to be a 7-member roster, but then Momo and Sui were added. Consider them second-round picks, but Jimmy Butler was the 30th pick in his draft, so they were both underdogs, but they are leaders of their teams. Now, it comes without mentioning that Jihyo is definitely the best performer in Twice. She's the most interactive with the crowd, and she's also usually hitting the high notes alongside Nayeon. Now, Jimmy Butler, he's known for his playoff performances. I mean, if you actually watch his gameplay footage and you see how he is, bro's always tired. Do you remember that one clip when he was about to, like, die after the 2020 finals? They're both reliable in the spotlight, because I don't think Jimmy Butler like fumbles upon pressure. Oh, but there's this to add. Remember in 2022 when Jimmy Butler took an 8th seed team to the finals? So I was editing and I realized I forgot to say the part about Jihyo. So basically, she would have some health concerns and she would perform anyways. I wrote down here about the Fukuoka concert health issue in which she was actually visibly unwell, but she still stayed for performances because she didn't want to ruin the show for fans. Even though this is 4 tour, the one I watched, later on she actually started having some problems, so she was sitting on a chair. Like, they really gotta give them a break. That is actually all I said for that. They just have the same mindset. That's all I'm gonna say. I got no picture of Kawhi, so yeah. This comparison was pretty straightforward, but it's mostly because they have the same reserved personality. For one, Mina's like a dancer for Twice. A lot of netizens say she's an elegant performer, which I guess kind of compares to Kawhi because he's really fundamental. Since they're really silent on camera, the few moments they have are like really notable. For one, Kawhi's laugh. And also his one start bench cut moment. And for Mina, she just has a gaming personality because every time she's not focused on the camera, she's connected to a switch. And also there's one Minecraft footage that got popular. They're both inactive on social media. I mean, at least Mina has an account, but she does not post a lot. Kawhi just doesn't have one at all. I guess they just enjoy their privacy. I don't know if I need this fact check. I'm pretty sure Chaeyoung actually influenced K-pop fashion because she got tattoos, and no one before that actually had tattoos, and then like the future generation started following that. I don't think she had a moment like that, but wait, I I gotta research this. He did help with NBA fashion, but it's just because he was just a trendsetter, so basically the same thing. I'd say Chang's most notable feature in Twice is her style, because she has the most unique style compared to other members. Shay, on the other hand, I think he's a fashion icon for the NBA. People just don't like him because it's Shay, the free throw merchant. Now, one thing I'd say is that they're both overlooked. A lot of people believe Shay didn't deserve his MVP because Jokic was on like a victim of voters fatigue. But I feel like with a guy like Joel Embiid winning an MVP over Jokic, that was a lot more undeserved than Shay. And give him the benefit of the doubt. He won 68 games for his team and he won the Finals MVP, even though Tyrese Halliburton got injured. But I still believe his MVP was deserved. Many Twice fans actually don't give her attention. I think that's also why she made an album. And from what I saw here, it actually peaked number 38 in the Billboard 200. They can both set their own ground, they just don't have attention. One thing I could say is that both of them don't have any trash-talking personality. So yeah, they're just both composed. Oh, my bad. The wrong white Lakers guy.
Oh, brother!
You might look at this comparison and be like, that makes no sense. Why'd you compare Sui to Luka? Well, there's a reason I'm defending this, right? Since Sui's the only Taiwanese member of the group, she's like single-handedly repping her country. And from what I know, Luka's the only active Slovenian NBA player in the league, unless Goran Dragic is still there. So it's kind of the same situation. Sui was the 8th selection to join Twice, which is pretty late because Luka was a lottery pick. But at the same time, Sui was because of a fan vote. And because Luka did some like early awards like a EuroLeague MVP at 19, he was easily a fan favorite before he was drafted. I don't know why the Kings passed up on him. When they first debuted, there was a controversy regarding Sui because she waved the Taiwanese flag and it angered many Chinese politicians. So unfortunately, 16-year-old Sui had to issue an apology even though what she did was completely harmless. Okay, I think you already know I'm comparing this to the Luka trade for when he was traded for 80 because Nico Harrison thought he was too fat. The parallel to this was because Luka was already beloved by the Mavs fan base and Sui just wanted to represent her country. In short, they both were in a pretty depressive state after that. Okay, but why am I comparing those two? Because obviously there's other situations aside from Luka getting traded that could probably equate Sui. Here's the thing, they both got a good ending. For one, after a decade, Sui was able to perform in Taiwan. And Luka was also like able to make a full recovery because not only did he get a remembrance video from the Mavs, Nico Harrison got fired, but they both ended well. Now to my teacher. You might be wondering why I made this video or like why I chose this as my topic, but it's really niche and this is probably not a podcast format at all, so I might get points off that. But I want to show, as I said at the start of the video, that the K-pop fan base and the NBA fan base is basically the same. But the deeper approach to it is I want to like say that all of media and all like fan bases of any genre, shape, form, basically anything can be the same and have the same comparisons. For one, you could say like Isaiah Thomas is like Asa because they're short kings, or you could say like G-Dragon's the Einstein of K-pop because they're revolutionary in their own fields. And you could say like Caruso from Everybody Hates Chris is similar to Trevor Larkin because they're both bullies.
Did he just say that his last name is Burger?
Overall, this is solely my opinion. If anyone has deeper ball knowledge than me, they could probably fact check what I just said. But again, I just want to say it's not hard to make these comparisons. I mean, it was hard making this video, but the comparisons kind of popped in my mind. Yeah, have a good day. So this is the outro part, so 0 face cam, plus I knew the camera quality was bad the whole time, but I had to compensate. You could click off now. Wait, no, hold on. I have other videos, you should check them out. What's that? You don't know what Osu is? I have a video on Roblox, you could watch that. Well, just don't click on anything before 2025, because they were actually all low quality. I'm done now.